Next up, we have number 13, The Book of Boba Fett. Now, I'll go ahead and say this. I have it ranked the same score as Andor. The only reason why Boba Fett gets a nod is because of the 2 episodes with The Mandalorian in them. And I'm like, if anything, those being the 2 best episodes really shows you how terrible this whole show is. And you could probably just rank it last. But at the same time, everything that The Mandalorian is in, it's still part of the Book of Boba Fett, technically. So like, that's the only thing holding it up. And that's also all you need to know about how bad of a show this is. So basically I'm saying, without the episodes, if you take out Mando from this show, it is easily ranked last. I think when they came up with the idea of the Book of Boba Fett, you know, I always describe sometimes too, Star Wars is that concept that is always going to be better than its execution. As in the storylines, everything about it is so cool. And then when people sit down to like start writing a story, they kind of draw a blank and they're not entirely sure where to go with it. And I think that's what happened with Boba Fett. Everybody loves Boba Fett. People were saying like, oh yeah, he survived that Rancor pit. Oh yeah, we're going to see him again. People talked about seeing him again all throughout the new Disney trilogy. All I heard was it's going to open up with him cutting his way out of the Rancor pit. Like that was the whole thing. They thought he was going to be in Rogue One. Everybody loves seeing Boba Fett. However, once they decided to dedicate a whole show to him, they realized there's not that much that's interesting about him because he was just a villain that got hired and now he wants to be the leader of a bar on Tatooine. Even the way everything happens on Tatooine, like that sandy planet, it's like, why? Like, it's not that interesting of a place. I don't know, like a show about him collecting various bounties would have been better, but guess what they did that with? The Mandalorian. So I think just the idea of Boba Fett was just cooler than its execution. And I feel like they greenlit the show. Everyone got all excited, got in the writer's room, and they were like, what do we write about? And nobody had any ideas.